What is up, guys? This is Wild Rocker, and today I'm going to be discussing a character that I think personally has been underrated, and I just feel like that he deserves a little bit more appreciation. And today's character is Kai. Now, a lot of people are like, who the fuck is this, and where did he come from? Well, as many people do not realize, Kai was from Mortal Kombat 4, okay? And the picture that you see above is actually a picture of him in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Now, if you compare the two of his MK4 outfit compared to his Mortal Kombat Armageddon outfit, well, in MK4 he kind of wore a dark red headband, a sash like belt, and shin guards, and he had baggy black pants as well. He also wore kind of like a gray spiked wristbands and had like white tiger stripes on his body. It kind of looked kind of like tribal even. And they were, as from what we've seen, they were, just around his chest and, arm area. But in Armageddon, it marked a very drastic change in Kai's appearance. However, in his unlockable costume, which was based on his original appearance in Mortal Kombat 4, his default appearance has him in a more like armor, kind of like gear, and dreadlocks, and also with facial hair, which, as many people, such as Kai fans, if there's any out there, we haven't really seen him with dreads ever since Mortal Kombat Armageddon, let alone we have not seen him with armor or any physical, facial hair. So this was definitely something new that we haven't seen with Kai. Now, someone is calling me. Oh, hold on. There we go. And so after that, we have a lot of other things that we have to talk about, such as he was a member of the secretive White Lotus Society. He had skills that, were kind of different from one another. I wish you would leave me alone. There we go. Okay. And sorry about that, guys. I had someone calling me, and they are not giving up. Okay, so he was a member of the White Lotus Society, and he had learned his skills from a great masters throughout Asia. Even though people don't really consider him to be Asian at all, which obviously he's not, he does know some similarities as other members in the White Lotus Society. So, um, it says here that he journeyed to the Far East where he met Liu Kang, who happened to be in America at the time, recruiting to train a new generation of Shaolin warriors. So this might have been after Liu Kang became champion of the first Mortal Kombat. Now, it says during the events of Mortal Kombat 4, Kai went with Liu Kang to China to become a Shaolin warrior. However, his training was interrupted with the invasion of Shinnok, and as his Dark Legion into Edenia. And it also says Liu Kang and Kai found Fujin, who fell from the heavens while battling the forces of Shinnok, and the god of wind, Shinnok, was unconscious and was not about to be killed by Shinnok's army of darkness. Um, so when Liu Kang and Kai interrupted, all the demons saved him. So I mean, it's mind-boggling to think about, really, because it's like, if it wasn't for Liu Kang and Kai, and a lot of people are like, well, Kai really doesn't have like a drastic part in the story. He's never really mentioned a lot. And if you read other people's bios, and as for their informations or endings, or even in the story, sometimes they do have a lot of different references to another character and to one another. Um, he says that in his bio card that once a member of the White Lotus Society, Kai trained under the instruction of Liu Kang. His tutelage, I think I pronounced it right. Complete Kai's wonders and world of a quest of self-enlightenment. So even in Mortal Kombat 4's ending, even when he was talking with Raiden, and Raiden believed, that Kai was not just a decent warrior. I mean, duh. He believed that he was a spiritual warrior, and I always thought that from that ending, Kai and Raiden kind of had like something like a bond, and I felt like Kai wanted to be something better since he's trying to find self enlightenment, and also being on the side of good as well. So I believe that he's been trying to actually like do the right thing. I mean, obviously he does not like Shinnok, Shao Kahn, Reptile for some reason, which I cannot remember why. Could be just because we seen him in Mortal Kombat 4, and that was the only thing at the time. Um, Now I really don't believe um like on like I don't understand why they changed his outfit. Maybe they were just trying to give him a fresh look as for appearance. So I mean, I have no idea. So, but as for the Mortal Kombat 4 ending, it says that Kai's looks over a cliff thoughtfully, and Raiden appears behind him in a lightning bolt. Raiden says, "You fought well, Kai. You are now a true Shaolin warrior." Kai turns to face Raiden. He says, "Thanks, Raiden." He says, "But I'm not interested in becoming a Shaolin warrior anymore. I've got too many of my own problems to deal with." Raiden says, "What will you do next?" Kai replies, "I don't know. Wander the earth searching for my soul, that kind of thing." Raiden says, "Well, perhaps you could use this on your journey." Kai says, "Your lightning staff?" Raiden, "It holds the power of thunder and lightning. Wield it wisely, for it can show you the way of immortality. You've earned it." So Kai takes the staff and says, "Thank you, Raiden. I will not fail." So if Raiden can give his thunder staff to Kai, not only does that mean that Kai fucking earned it, obviously, and Raiden, trusts Kai with it. I mean, it's crazy, I mean, because that's a Thunder God's fucking staff, guys. And you would think he would probably give that to someone like Liu Kang. Fuck, hell no to Johnny. Oh, no way. Like, "Johnny, here, have my staff." Like, "Thanks, man." Like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Um, but I mean, such as like Liu Kang, and even Kung Lao, even perhaps. But if I had to choose, definitely he would give the staff to Liu Kang, but he didn't. He actually gave it to Kai, and it makes me think, is it just a random weapon? Can he just fucking go to the store and pick up another one, or does this actually like mean something? As for him, being something greater, and a lot of people were talking to me about Kai in particular, and they were like, "Do you think he's one of the characters from Raiden's ending?" Because in Raiden's ending in Mortal Kombat 9, it shows that he cannot be in the same place at the same time unless he was divided up into like four different people. And so he can be at four places at four different time. And a lot of people were thinking, is it possible that Kai could be one of those characters because we've seen, him actually hold the staff and can be trusted, since Mortal Kombat 4. And even though, like, appearance wise, as from what we've just seen, like from the designs, like the two males and the two females, from Raiden's ending, like, just appearance wise, I don't think we've seen Kai in there. But I mean, could it be a good reason to have Kai as like being like a divided like a Raiden? Like I mean, there's like technically kind of like four Raidens in his ending, even though it's non-canon. Um, you know, do I believe that he could be probably one of them? Yeah, I mean, I think he would probably fit that perfectly. And as for like, and that's another thing. We've seen the girl with the ponytail too, and I just have a feeling I think that's Sonya, and I don't know why, but I really do. Yeah, I don't know. You would think, well, why would they choose Sonya to be one of the gods of thunder that's like rolling across one of the worlds? And I really don't know. It's not just because of the ponytail. It's just I just have a feeling. And you figure there's been a lot of shit going on with her and Johnny too. I mean, even though in Johnny's ending it's also non-canon, but he turns out to be like a pretty much a god, and it's like everyone's becoming a god now. Even in the stories, like Liu Kang became a god, and then he actually I think had to fight Raiden and earned to be the next Earthrealm like god or lord, and I was just like, holy crap. And then you had Johnny Cage that was actually mastering his power and realizing that he had a shitload. But it was kind of cool to see Johnny Cage, even though his cocky douchebaggery, that it didn't get in the way of him actually training and trying to get better with his powers. And it was just kind of cool, as in he actually fucking like shut it up, listened to his masters, and got better with his powers and whatnot. So I think that was kind of cool in a way that they went with him. So, but as for Kai, okay, now let's talk about Kai again. Would you like to see Kai in Mortal Kombat X? Would you like to see him as maybe a possible download content? Um, I would honestly love to see him at least part of the story, because I haven't really seen him at all since Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and even then, I mean, even Mortal Kombat 4, I mean, he was new, he was kind of strange. I mean, because Astringent is as in good, because we never seen this type of character before. He was his own unique character. But I honestly believe for Kai, I felt like that he was underrated, and he was like one of those characters that got ran over by the train tracks, and it shouldn't be that way, And as most people will agree, as well as myself, I will agree, that all the characters deserve some sort of appreciation, and even characters such as Shiva, even Mocap, and when we first saw Blaze way back in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, there's always fan bases, and people are like, well, yeah, people like Blaze now because he was like the main fucking boss of Armageddon. Well, at that time, guys, we didn't know. So there's two different fan bases for the same fucking character. There's a fan base for like the Deadly Alliance version of Blaze, and there's also a fan base for the big, fucking roided kind of like steroid pumped fucking Blaze of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So there's always different versions. Such as there's probably a version of fans that like Kai the way he is now, and there's also fans that also like the way he looks way back in Mortal Kombat 4. Now, if I had to choose like which type of Kai that I would like, the MK4 times or the MK Armageddon, honestly, I kind of like them both, and I kind of like what they did with his alternative costume, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, where they could actually, like they used references and the same design almost for Mortal Kombat 4 for his alternative and Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So I thought that was kind of cool as well. But as for having him as a character that should be a little bit more popular with the fans of Mortal Kombat, I definitely believe that he should be at least somewhat appreciated, because I just feel like that he's not really appreciated as much. I mean, he's been there since Mortal Kombat fucking 4, and I just believe that he just deserves to be a little bit more known, and it has nothing to do with him being African American or anything like that, because I'm white, and it has nothing to do with any of that. It's just the fact that I believe that this character should be at least represented for who he is and what he's done throughout the story. And I just feel like, why would they kick somebody that Raiden could depend on and gave a Thunder Staff to, And not just that, that's little things. But I mean, many, many other things that he's done, throughout the Mortal Kombat 4 story and even Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I do like his moves that they put with him for Mortal Kombat Armageddon, even though I kind of believe it was like a knockoff off of Movado. But then again, I mean, he really didn't really have his own move list at the time, so hopefully that they could actually give him his own uniqueness. They were trying to with Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which that's, I get that and I understand. But even like that, even with a character where you actually have to brainstorm and think about, it already shows you that he's already been kind of unappreciative as for the actual story of Mortal Kombat. So I believe that he should at least make some type of reference. And I don't really see these characters like people saying like, "Oh, Bo Raicho's gonna be in this Mortal Kombat," or well, who else was it? Like Reptile or somebody like that. And I'm not saying that they're not gonna be. I just say that it's probably more than likely that they're not. I mean, they're probably gonna be in the story more than likely, but I honestly believe that people like that, like Lee May, Havoc, Hotaru, anybody from like the Mortal Kombat Deception time, I don't believe that they're actually gonna be in this one, because I think they're trying to base it on the whole like Mortal Kombat 4 aspect, only because, and this is the only reason I believe that, only because that from the events of Mortal Kombat 9, which took place between Mortal Kombat 1 and 3, and I just feel like that they're gonna keep moving on and do their whole retelling, from Mortal Kombat history from the ground up. So it's like we're gonna have two different whole like storylines of Mortal Kombat now, and I believe that they're gonna actually put that to Mortal Kombat 4. So would you guys like to see Kai back? I would personally like to see Kai back, even if he had the same moves kind of like he did, similar to Movado's in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I wouldn't mind. So as long as there's something a little bit nicer, a little bit different. So I do like his outfit. I do believe that he should be a good character in Mortal Kombat X, and overall was a good character in Mortal Kombat 4. So yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on Kai? So anyways, this has been Wild Rocker, and in my next video, I'm going to do a male character, that has a ponytail. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's easy, that's Kabal. Well, no, it could be Bo' Rai Cho, it could be Shujinko, it could be Fujin, it could be anybody. So, this is Wild Rocker, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace out.